Hi there and welcome to another episode of Happy Noodle TV. If you like this video, press the like button, comment below, subscribe and press the notifications buttons for latest video updates. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So, today we are going to be making a full English breakfast, all day breakfast, in the Instant Pot. I know, right? The full English may also be known as full Irish, full Scottish, full Cornish, full Welsh or full Ulster, depending on where you are in the United Kingdom. For the purposes of this video, because I'm personally based in England, we shall call it a full English for now. So what is full English breakfast? Full English breakfast is considered a staple of British cuisine, and it dates back to probably the 13th century. It can be made of many components, but for the purposes of today's video, as we are making it in an Instant Pot, I'm going to only use what I consider to be Instant Pot friendly ingredients. So unfortunately, no deep fried hash browns or fried blood pudding, etc. Let's dive into it. To make scrambled eggs, whisk 4 eggs, 2 cups of milk and a dash of pepper until blended. Set aside. Chop mushrooms. Add a dash of oil, onion salt and pepper and mix. Set aside. Halve 6 large tomatoes. Set aside. Prick the sausages. At this point, feel free to saute the bacon and sausages in a separate pan. However, this step is optional, but may make them taste nicer. Set aside. Add baked beans and half a cup of water into the Instant Pot. Add the tomatoes. Insert a trivet, place a pot on top and add sausages and bacon. Add another trivet and add your pot of scrambled egg mixture combined with the mushrooms. Set on manual high pressure for 30 minutes. So, let's try our Instant Pot full English breakfast. As you can see, I added a slice of toast just to finish it off. That was made in a toaster, not in the Instant Pot. Sorry guys, to disappoint. But yeah, let's try this. I personally think it looks pretty convincing. I mean, obviously there's a few differences. The bacon is obviously not quite as crispy as it would have been if you cooked it in like the oven or something. And also the eggs aren't as yellow as they would be if you'd scrambled them. As you can see, they're a little bit white due to the milk that I added, and you need that liquid to cook the eggs nicely and give it a nice texture. And they also don't have any like crispiness to them per se, as you would if you had scrambled them in a frying pan. But I guess they're a tiny bit healthier because they don't use up as much oil to cook. So yeah, everything else I think looks pretty accurate. I mean, purists might say it's not exactly the same texture as an English breakfast, but on the one hand, you don't have to slave over a stove. You can just bunk it into your Instant Pot and forget about it. So who doesn't want that on a lazy Saturday morning, right? So let's try this. I don't know what to try first. It's all so tempting. Let's try the baked beans, that's easy. Yeah, it tastes like baked beans, what can I say? I'd say this, maybe I didn't put enough sauce on it, but it's not. It's a little bit, you can tell the sauce is a little bit watered down because obviously we had to add water, just because the Instant Pot needs a bit of water to cook, to pressure cook food. So it isn't, it probably isn't quite as nice as if you put it in a separate pot by itself, or like, you can put it in the Instant Pot without like mixing it with water if you put it in another shelf, but then that'll be taking up more room. So hence why I just chucked it on the bottom of the pot. So yeah. But other than that, I'm pretty pleased with it. The texture and everything is fine. Next, let's try the tomato. Obviously, it's slightly overcooked as it's been pressure cooked in the baked beans for a while now. But other than that, I mean, I'd rather have it more cooked. I don't know about you, but I prefer it to be more cooked than less cooked. I don't really love raw salad tomatoes, so I do kind of like my tomato quite well cooked. Just like tomato. It's still retaining a little bit of that slight crunchy texture, so it's not completely gone like overcooked and soggy. So yeah, I think it's fine. It's totally edible. Let's try the egg. I know you're probably all waiting for the sausage and the bacon if you are a meat eater. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian, you're probably cringing right now. Look away when I do that part. But let's go for the other bits first. This is like, I think the sausages and the bacon are like the big finale for me as a meat eater. So I'm gonna tease you until the last moment. So yeah, let's try the egg. I'm quite interested to see how the egg turned out. That's actually pretty good. So how I devised the scrambled eggs, shall we say, is that I was thinking of Chinese or Japanese steamed egg, which a lot of people have made in the Instant Pot. And I kind of amended that recipe. So most of the time people just add water or they add broth to make Chinese or Japanese steamed egg. And I added milk because obviously when, I don't know what you do to make your scrambled eggs, but a lot of people do add milk or they add butter. I guess in this case I needed something a bit more liquidy, so I opted for milk, which is what makes it so white. I use semi-skim milk. Feel free to experiment with like other milks, soya milk, I don't know, like almond milk or, well, full milk or skim milk, and let me know how it turns out. But yeah, it's definitely like, it's got really nice creamy texture. It's obviously not got that crispiness of like regular scrambled eggs. And what I did to give it like this nice texture, as you can see, like this kind of nice scramble-like texture, was I just got my fork and I just kind of zhuzhed it up so that it kind of had that texture. So yeah, I think it's really nice actually. And it feels like a bit healthier than frying my eggs in loads of oil, like a sunny side egg. Like, I just love frying it in tons of oil. Like, it definitely feels a bit healthier than that because it's basically been pressure cooked / kind of steamed. So yeah, it's like eating, it's a bit like eating steamed egg, but yeah, I really rate it. And I'm not sure, maybe because I didn't like really whip up the eggs, but it's got slightly different textures. Like some sections are more soft and creamy and other sections are a bit like harder. So yeah, it's got sort of contrast and texture to it, which I really like. Let's try the mushrooms. And one thing that's nice about cooking the mushroom, if you are a mushroom fan, you feel free to leave out the mushrooms if you don't love mushrooms. But the mushrooms and the eggs mixed together to make, if you really like mushrooms, then you'll like this because the egg soaks up the mushroom flavor, which I like. So yeah. Mushrooms are decent too. I'd say the mushrooms don't taste that far off like frying them or something. I mean, they've obviously been like pressure cooked, so it's not as greasy, but I personally think the texture is very similar to like if I'd fried it in a way. And what's nice is pressure cooking. You're retaining all that moisture and taste of that item of food. So yeah, quite a nice strong mushroom taste. All right. I know what you're thinking. Lee, get onto the freaking bacon and sausages already, okay? That's the bit I really wanted to see. I know. Vegans, vegetarians, look away now. We're gonna get into the meat part. Oh God, which shall I try first, bacon or sausage? Let's try the bacon. I feel the sausage looks better than the bacon. Yeah, so here's the bacon. It's obviously not as crispy and it's not got a nice like brownish texture as if you would have done if you'd like maybe really fried it or like oven baked it, but I think it's fine. It's definitely cooked through. I'm pleased to say it definitely tastes like bacon. A little bit like steamed bacon, but it does have, because we pre-fried it, it's got that slight oiliness, that slight greasiness to it. which is nice, and it's still got a little bit of mouth texture to it, a bit of chewiness. So yeah, it's not crispy, but I think it's decent. I would be very happy with this personally. And what's nice about pressure cooking bacon is the fat. Even though it's like soft and a bit steam tasting, the fat like melts in your mouth. It's really nice because it's so soft, and the fat just kind of melts in your mouth. It's really nice. You get to appreciate that melted bacon taste, actually. Maybe not so much the texture, but the bacon taste really comes out. So finally, the big finale. I think the sausages look pretty convincing, partly because we fried them as well, and also pressure cooked them for a long time. But I mean, look at that. I mean, that's pretty convincing. You'd think that was fried for ages. And look, it's cooked inside, as you can see. So I'm pretty impressed with that. Okay, it's time for the big finale. It's time for the sausage, the big sausage. Oh yeah. First of all, pat on the back for myself. I personally think I picked quite good sausages. I admit I splashed a bit of money and I got the nitrate-free Waitrose sausage and bacon. So it's good quality sausage, it's good quality bacon. And yeah, and it's definitely retained a lot of the meaty sausage flavor that we like very porky. It's not obviously as crispy as it would have been if you just spent time frying and frying and frying. But it's also not as greasy, which I quite like. Like sometimes I find if I fry sausages and bacon, you get a really greasy feeling afterwards. You feel so guilty. Whereas I feel I would feel slightly less guilty with an Instant Pot English breakfast. It's not as greasy, but you're still retaining all that lovely, juicy, meaty sausage flavor. Even though it's not crispy on the outside, it's inside, it's still got a really good texture. It's still very meaty, chewy, not chewy like rubbery chewy, I mean chewy like good mouthfeel texture. Like all the textures of the pork, like you can still feel it, taste it. I'm pretty impressed. Instant Pot sausages. I think this is great. Definitely Saturday, Sunday brunch material. Let's try a bit of the bread with the baked beans. I'm just gonna put some of that on top. Oh yum. Do you know what's great about bread? Just like soaks up all that like baked bean sauce, as you can see, and also any like meaty juices that have come out of the sausage and bacon. It's just wipes up all the taste, combines it together, and it's just heavenly. Butter combined with the baked beans, yum. Loving that. It's got slightly greasy, buttery, creaminess going on with the baked beans. Yum, yum. Especially as well as that toasty, the crunch of the toast. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of Instant Pot full English breakfast in the comments below. Again, don't forget to subscribe and press the notifications button for more video updates. And follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!